how does Iran view the U.S. involvement in brokering the ceasefire, given its ongoing tensions with the U.S.?
Of course, from this side, Iran sees the U.S. as an enemy and an ally involving in the strikes they got from Israel, and which made the U.S. is not a meddler or broker for Iran, but they had to deal with it because they want, as your guest mentioned, they want to stay and to preserve their sovereignty. So Iran and the U.S. is the only that can make pressure on the Israeli side to stop their strikes. And to the last response of what of Tel Aviv strikes, Trump asked clearly Netanyahu to stop their strikes. So this is why they shrank to the goals, and the Israeli plans backed on without launching the rest of the scheduled they do strikes. So Iran considers the U.S. as an ally, and they do not trust U.S. Completely, but they they deal with it in order to minimize the losses, and this is to prepare for the next rounds. So there's still some rounds left, and that both parties will continue playing, and all of them want to eliminate and destroy the other. So we will witness upcoming clashes, of course.
Colonel Dahouk, with Trump being extremely unhappy, especially towards Israel, how does this stance translate into U.S. policy towards Israel moving forward, or should we take this statement with a pinch of salt?
No, I mean, the President Trump is very committed to the idea of peace through strength. He is committed to bring peace to the Middle East. He wants to be the peace president. He wants to be the only president that somewhat normalized the relationship between Arab countries, Israel and Turkey and Iran, as some kind of normal relationship, not based on security or common security, based on economics and trade. So he is does not he looks that those wars are not productive, or will not get anywhere, and is also not helping his policy in the Middle East. So he will continue to put pressure equally on Iran and on Israel. But we have to remember that Israel is also a sovereign country, very powerful country in the region. They might listen to the president and heed his advice, but at the end of the day, also Israel is going to do what's best for Israel, and the same thing Iran is going to do what's best for Iran. And the hope is that what's best somewhat intersect between all three: United States, Israel, and Iran. But we should also wait and see how this ceasefire materializes.
Mr. Sultan, now Egypt has expressed its solidarity with Qatar, and we are witnessing the ceasefire efforts and negotiations between Israel and Iran. Do you think there is a role to be played by international parties other than the U.S., Israel, and Iran?
In regards to Egypt, its condemnation for Iranian strikes that targeted Udeid U.S. base is a commitment of Egypt to the Arab security stability. Egypt refuses the aggression on any Arab country, which is very stable stance. In regards to Egypt, Egypt is still maintaining communication channels with all parties in the region, and including Iranians and Israelis, and it's already involved in negotiations in regards to hostages in Gaza Strip between Hamas and Israel. And I think it can play an additional role in brokering between Israelis and Iranians. but it depends on the willingness of each party, and Israel and Iran and Egypt is willing to play the broker role. It has a vision for Middle East to de-escalation, so it does its best with diplomatic efforts and others to de-escalate the tension and contain the crisis fired in the area, because it reflects on all countries, not only in Iran and Israel. The whole area will be impacted, and the whole world as well.
Colonel Dahouk, what sort of guarantees would be in place to guarantee a ceasefire holding between Iran and Israel, and who would actually take up the role of the guarantor? Are we talking about political guarantees, military guarantees, economic ones even?
Well, the guarantor is the United States government. I mean, the U.S. administration that has the political power, has the military power, and has also the economic power. They will oversee this ceasefire. They have the tools, the pressure tools to put on both parties. But again, both Iran and Israel, they've been at war for a long time. And this quick ceasefire that's going to end the whole thing, end this decades of hostilities, it's not realistic. Trump wanted the victory of 12-day war, but the issues still on the table. And the idea is to start the political process, diplomatic dialogue between all three of them. So it's still an open-ended. It seems Trump willing to put pressure, information pressure, all these elements of power. But will they heed to the pressure? That's the end of the game. So that's not guaranteed. You might have guarantees from or pressures from the United States, but you want the warring parties to heed those pressures. So at this point, again, it's just can't predict the future.